All right. Right. Looks like things are up and running. Let's hop in. Let's get going. I haven't done anything with this. Wonder. Let's check them out. Let's check them out. Hey, what's up, Zukin? Am I entering the world or no? It's going good. How are you? Hey, Homestead. Well, it was going good. Could be the things just locked up. Could be that I spoke too soon. Please save quit. Thank you for the follow. Nick, thank you for being the coolest for 17 months now. So if that's 17 months, have you actually been hanging out for more like 18 months? Hey, Beaver. Alright. Looks like I've locked up. Task Manager. Building a new gaming rig last night. Tried Windows 11. Boy, what a disaster. Back to Win 10. Yeah, I wonder if Ollie was just messing with me when I was streaming my screen, working on something. He was like, Windows 10? Ugh. I was like, are you kidding? I'm so afraid of change. I just realized my browsers. Maybe I should have reset the machine before we got started. Yeah. Let's see. I wrapped up a large 2-year soul-draining project a few weeks ago. Your day job won't completely your life. Come back to finish your VR game. Nice. Alright. Let me try Unity one more time. Guess I could also just try the client. Let me try Unity and see what's going on. Worst case scenario, I'll realize that maybe I need to reset my machine. Then we'll have to start all of this over. I apologize. I was thinking we'd be fine. No reset needed. How is everybody's Tuesday? This week is turning out to be like I'm adjusting to the season change or whatever. It gets real dark here now. Oh. Please save quit. Said, I've never been as excited for a game as this one. That's super nice to hear. Hey, Pattis. Alright. Let's try this one more time, see what happens. Oh, much better. Oh, we can see some of Pattis's recent changes to the environment art. You're already bored of New World? Oh, man. Hey, Ollie. Well, give them time then. Give New World some time. Got back down to the 50s in Texas, so I feel it. But is it like super overcast and just dark morning through night? I moved all of this stuff out of the way so I could take some screenshots the other day, so my UI is a bit of a mess. Nick, are you ready to play Name That Tune sometime soon? Maybe Thursday? We gotta figure out like a prize or something. We'll have to plot something out. I wish I had all my crap from storage already so that we could do like a legit prize. Boop, boop. Boing. I lost the spell bar? Yeah, it keeps happening. Reset UI. Look, see how it's detached? I've got echo. Really? Is it really echoing? Am I too close to the mic again? Okay. Thank you. How do you feel about agile? I mean, it's weird because I think the way I think about it is it's almost like if it's something that you're naming, right? Like we're doing agile, that's not the right way to do it, but essentially if we're using aspects of agile sort of thinking in our approach, then it's the right way of thinking it. Let me turn down the music on my end a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys, but I can't think to answer questions. So, so the way I look at it is, you know, our road mapping and essentially our project management is very low overhead. We've got our roadmap, which feels a little bit more waterfall than it does agile in a sense, because we're making some strong guesses as to what we want. And we're saying we pretty much we want to try this and this and this, and deconstructed it amounts to this, and all right, so here are some milestones that relate to that, if you know what I mean, right? Which is very waterfall instead of just having everything in a backlog and sort of pulling as you're going or whatever. So it's a bit of that thinking, but we've also got a programming team of 1 at the moment, with a really small team overall, which allows us to do just a lot of sort of interaction. We're not time constrained, right? So it allows us to be a lot more loose than we don't have to get bogged down in formalities or project management overhead. I think there are probably times in the past where different individuals probably would have wanted more structure and us to be a little bit more formal about it. And, but it's just not, overall, we just didn't reset then relog. Don't move anything before you relog. Okay. Hold on, and then I'll continue my ramble. Oops. Oh, escape. What am I doing? Reset UI and quit. And so yeah, Monty essentially. But we're ultimately agile in the sense that as we go, if we we learn something new, we're making the change, right? We're not fully committed to a highly integrated waterfall type plan that's got a huge number of cross dependencies, like cross departmental dependencies and all that shit. So it's just it's pretty informal with a little bit of cherry picking with us kind of keeping an eye on things to make sure that they don't get too loosey goosey by invoking formalities as needed. That makes sense. A lot of companies do fake agile. Yes, a lot of aspects of agile are toxic. A lot of it, if implemented correctly, is right. Like estimations are usually lies. I mean, our biggest thing is we just always want working software, which is we've kind of been that way, even if it meant a complete rework of something. So yeah. I mean, our approach, if you missed it the other day, our approach is pretty rooted in the idea of creating what we think for phase one is a form of game that's recognizable and complete before starting to go off into the more exploratory, how do we change it for Monsters and Memories specifically. So that way we've always got a fallback point, and that gives us a little bit of comfort as we experiment. So there's some of that stuff going on as well. I missed some other questions. First, let me start heading back in. Have you put any thought into the next super targeted design discussion stream, like Dungeons Travel, etc.? Oh, we haven't done one of those in a while. I think Nick may have been the last person to mention that. We should do one. We should talk about what that can be. We'll start to have some more information being surfaced on the class stuff. I think if you were here last week, then you saw Sitzel mentioned that we'll be posting some information on our first classes, and we'll probably be discussing that as well. You need Monsters and Memories merch shirts to give away. Oh! All right. You know what? That's actually a great idea, because even if we're not selling it yet. All right. I'm writing that down. Or give away. I like it. And for that, you'll be rewarded. Yeah, I agree. Please save. Quit. Iteration, willingness to iterate. Hey, Zoe. Is that correct? Is it Zoe? I forget. Hey, Keeb. Thinking large orgs, it gets to be a fun center for certain departments like DevOps. It gets injected and creates problems, interferes. I mean, the whole... Oh, did I just lock up again? Interesting. Talana, I like this first time chat feature that pops up on my end. I don't know. Do you guys see that in chat as well? Because it shows up in mine, and that's really, really cool. Good job, Twitch. Yeah, so this playlist is actually JRPG musical nostalgia mix. All right, so Unity is locked up again. I really think it has to do with me not restarting my machine before streaming. Does the client work? Nice. So we got this going. Let me scroll back up. I missed some more stuff. Yeah, Belfaster. Sounds about right. Zukin, thank you for the follow. Nicodemus, thank you for your generosity. That's kind of weird, Zukin, but it's forgiven for you making cool art. Capsule time, yay! Yeah, it's that time of the day for you. It's a bit dark right now. Oh, so actually the reason why I didn't check in my light source change the other day is because I felt like maybe it was a bit too bright. Out here, but it actually doesn't feel that bad now. So pretend like I'm carrying a torch. That's not too bad. Or did it get oh no, this is the client. This is the normal light. All right, so this isn't too bright. If I was in Unity, then you would see it. My bad. All right, so this works. So we can play test with this in a bit if Unity keeps being weird for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and kill this. Hit a black screen for you for a second. I'll get Unity loaded up in the background again and see. It is rad to see so many familiar and new faces. That's very cool. All right, so I'm gonna try this one more time. If it messes up again, then what I'll do is I'll just hop in and play a bit on the client. I need to stop wearing a hat. It's not very professional of me, is it? Final Fantasy X. It sucks because I can't just mouse over to see what song it is. I've got to go over here and they don't have it broken out, so I actually have to look at a timestamp. 3:36. Go to the comments. Yep. Final Fantasy X it should be. All right, so you can see what I'm saying now. feels a bit bright out here, but it actually felt kind of good in the dungeon. Thank you, Monty. Hype train is closed, Twitch told me. Yeah, so I just took the script off the torches and slowed it down a little bit so it's not as pronounced. So like when you're standing still, you can see a little bit of a flicker. Least you can do for letting you ramble all the time. Oh, no way. The questions and the conversation, it's fun. It's good. I appreciate it. Nice to have people to talk to. Oh, I forgot I can take damage now. All our torches are massive. We got some big torches. Just wait until we take this massive capsule and we've got our little regular person in here. Everything's gonna feel massive. We're gonna have to do a lot of shrinking. So we'll run through, look at the new buildings a little bit. Wonder how big historical fires around structures were to light places up. Oh wow, look at this shadow. You seeing that, Ollie? Bunny is a real history buff. So we have a small light source on the player capsule most of the time. I was just tweaking around with it. We can tweak it in a minute if you'd like. I was tweaking around with it when I was in the dungeon the other day, a couple days ago. And so that's why it looks a little bit different on my side now. Hey, Cryptini. Thank you for 10 months and for recommending the individual based on my requests. I'm looking forward to speaking with them. Yeah, I mean, the way where it's currently set up in the prefab, it's a bit up front. If you guys didn't see this the other day, we put in some secret doors in our zone, but don't tell anybody. It's a secret, so and I don't want to ruin it, but I already have like twice now because I can't not be excited about stuff. But maybe we'll move them. Well, you know what? We'll 100% move them because we're going to be doing a bunch of relaying out of the zone, and we'll be getting more sort of production ready structures in and stuff. So, most dang spy. Good to see you again. Going well. How are you? Need a secret door like the Hobbit where moonlight hits the side of a mountain just right? Oh, we are for sure doing shit like that. You'll just show people where the new places for them are anyways. Oh, I'll try not to when we get closer to letting people play, but I mean that's why we're we're gonna restrict a lot of what we show just to the proof of concept. It's hard to hide on stream. Creamalicious, hello. So, Pattis is redoing these existing buildings, and then we'll be making some new buildings, and we'll be working on layout and sprawl. Ollie's had some really great ideas. We'll be reworking the city a good bit, and then as we get our more final player character models in, we'll probably be scaling and redoing a bunch of stuff as well. So, are we going to... Oh, there he is. Are we going to play test a bit? I can actually hop... well, maybe I'll stay in here. I'll stay in here so I can adjust my light source, and then maybe I'll switch back to the regular client. Yeah, and Ollie's not at his normal machine, Bunny, so I don't know if we can dig up your info. I'm gonna miss the capsule models as well. I was thinking about that this morning. We were we're getting some NPC models done, and I was thinking, you know, it'd be cool even without animation, just to put them in at some point, rats and bats and stuff. But then I was like, man, I'll be real sad when the capsule bat isn't there anymore. So need special capsule mode for every April 1st. Not a bad idea. I mean, look at this little guy. Classic. And we'll definitely have to hook up some capsule merch. Are you adding models for the NPCs or the player races too? Well, over time, both, but more immediately. Well, we'll see. We'll see which gets in first. We've got some animation work to do. If the capsule minion were to ever be in game, it would have to be restricted to like player housing only or whatever. We can't have this kind of thing running around in the world, breaking your immersions. What do I got going on? Nope, I haven't even mimed my spells. Is my UI broken again? It is, isn't it? But only in here, probably. Bats equal really low orbits by satellite. They definitely look like that. Sausage form. My capsule creations are not sausages. They're in no way sausagey. Not even the snake. Yeah, Cryptini. The lighting changes are forever my favorite. I think I've tried the bat box thing a couple of times as well when I lived in Austin and didn't get them. That said, when I lived in Alabama, I knew a girl who had actual, like, she had like an actual belfry on the top of her house, and she did have bats in her belfry. That's not just a saying. Austin definitely has bats. I've done the whole like be under the bridge when the bats come out. Like you can go with like a kayak or whatever under there. Did that once. That was pretty cool. But the ones that we put up at our house just didn't. Oh wow. I wouldn't think that you guys have bats out there, Ollie. Oh, Jasmine, she just looked up how cheap it is to fly from Germany to Bahrain. When the weather gets bad here, we may have to come visit. Yeah, so I mean, we definitely, you know, we had them. I just couldn't get them to live in my yard, and I think I even heard them every once in a while home around. In Austin, it's just none of my bat boxes in the tree seem to work. Carlsbad Cavern is good exposure therapy for anyone with bat phobia. I think they're super cool. There's we went to a bat house. Jasmine and I, when we first met, we went to like a. Well, is that Nick zooming around? Yeah. We went to like a wildlife park, and then they had a bat house in here in Germany, near Hamburg, and it was super fun. A bit stanky, very humid. Yeah, when I was a kid, we'd always, whenever there were bats circling around, always take little pebbles and throw them up in the sky and see the bats swoop at them. I'm going to level this guy a little bit, then I'm going to fix my UI. Oh, actually, let me see if I can fix it right now. I'm not going to log back out. I just need to map my... Oh, it didn't fix that though. I don't need it to be fixed though. It worked. Yeah, I'm afraid to log out and back in because I've locked up like every other time now. Did you see that schneck go by? When I was a kid at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, I swear I'm not. It's one of those things where like sometimes I've got to wonder. I'm like, am I just remembering a dream or something, or is this real? But I swear that was the place where they had some sort of bird that swarmed, like in big swarms, massive Stephen King, you know. What was it? Was it The Dark Half or whatever? Oh, what was that one? Where it had the souped up old black car. Anyways, just these swarms of these birds, and they would just circle in massive swarms overhead. It was crazy. I didn't see anything comparable until I got to Austin and saw the grackles and those swarms of grackles everywhere. But even then, it wasn't quite as crazy. Or the grackles weren't quite as crazy as these things because they flew in these massive like bird tornadoes overhead. And then watching the bats come out and in Austin at the bridge was kind of cool and almost comparable. I love Rust Greatsword. I love the grackles so much in Austin that my entire rib piece from basically here all the way down to my waist is it's a bunch of grackles that artist I met from. He was art director for some skateboard companies. He used to be pro for Scarecrow, I think, skateboards. Anyways, art director for some skateboard companies, actually did the tattoo by hand. He like measured everything out and then like did the actual drawing, because I own a couple of his paintings, and then like did some painting for it, and then I have that framed in storage, but then got the piece on my rib. Big old grackle tattoo. Just because they're so damn cool. You vacationed with a grackle once? Friend was taking care of an injured one and she brought it with this new... Damn, okay. Did it do all the robot chirps? Grackles are really cool. I just love the fact that they just didn't give a shit. They would steal people's food and swarm everywhere and make those weird robot sounds. See, the desert Roomba is active, yes. Let me kill one of these bats while we're talking about them. Also had a group of wild turkeys in your neighborhood in Arkansas. Those things are savage. They're real smart too, though, right? Ooh, that got close. That wingbat fur. Apparently in winter we get a lot of little pink birds I forget the name of. Look forward to seeing them. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that all the green, what are they? The parrots? Or something like that. Like these big green birds. I didn't realize I guess they migrated from Mexico at some point and then they always come through Austin now. I didn't realize it was a thing. And so one day I was out with Ziggy down by the water, and I see this green bird and I'm like, oh man, it must have escaped from somebody's house or whatever. And so we're following this green bird. I was just like, oh man, this thing looks cool. And we followed it through the park, and at some point we come upon just like, 100 of these green birds everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, phone out, like taking pictures, because I was like, oh, this must be some weird rarity. What have we discovered? Nope. Everybody already knew about it but me. But it was super cool to see. Grackle sounds like something that happens to your digestive system. I'll have to send you some videos, Ollie. Should some rotting skeletons burst out from under the sand and ambush players, they walk near an underground spawn point? Just an idea. Shouldn't be often to keep players on their toe. I like the idea of spawn in animations for that type of thing. It's worth the additional animation for to have interesting spawn ins. Did you ever go on the back cruise in Austin? Nope, I didn't. I just did the kayaking under the bridge thing. Downtown Fort Worth, grackles would swarm and cover everything. City had people out there shooting off shotguns and blanks to scare them away. I can imagine. People that live out that way, do you remember it was like 2013 or 14? There was that weird incident where they like shut down downtown Austin as well because like several hundred birds just fell dead out of the sky. They didn't know what was going on. Oh, this thing's fleeing like a bat. Super fast. Yeah, it's super weird. I had a job interview, I think, somewhere down there. Like the next day. It was kind of interesting. There was some of that in Luckland, but the implementation was kind of janky. No offense if you directly worked on that. The Gray or Maiden's Eye or something. Are you thinking of the geoneds that would pop up? And then that may have happened in both the Gray or Maiden's Eye. Yeah, it was happening in a couple of different areas. It's really weird. There was a bit of that janky implementation in I could have sworn that we did some of that when we redid the Chardock. I thought I had some bone piles pop up and stuff. Also, a bird thing I was thinking of is Junko. Don't know why my mom keeps saying they're pink though, because they shouldn't be. I've never heard of that. They look like little penguins. Holy shit, that's interesting. Maybe a bit bright still, so let's go here. Right. All right. Is the light attached too close to the ground? So that's kind of a hard call, Nick. Because the easy answer is yeah, but if we say we were to do like actually represented light sources, it's something we'd have to talk about. But if we were trying to represent it or something, then it would probably be that close. And so I've just been feeling like it's maybe just an issue of it's just too big in volume, radius maybe. Let's look at it again. Oh, there's actually, it's got volumetric. So that's what I'm seeing right here. So we can actually see it. Thank you. Bulyatskabal. Good to see you again. Try indoors or next to walls. Where I was trying it firstly was actually in the dungeon. So let me take a risk and get on my other character and hop in a dungeon. Let's see if Unity gets mad at me. Worst case, I'll just reset it again. Will this be subscription based or F to play? It will not be F to play. It will be subscription based. But if you really like what we're doing and you want to support us, then get 5 accounts. And it'll be similar to being free to play. You could be a whale. Our whales will just have hundreds of accounts that they don't use. Fox Army's taking all of the good camping spots, same thing as well. Well, but then they'll get in trouble. We're not going to allow that. I guess the other one was lootable because I'd hit him before. All right. Yeah, so I was in here when I was playing around with the light source. Let me expand it a bit. Because it can get a little dark in some areas, and so I was trying to see if it was more a question of overall lighting, or if it was something where we just want to have like in there, right? So. So the other light source was a good bit dimmer. So then you didn't really have this sort of moment of illumination. But to your earlier point, Nick, we don't necessarily, for the time being at least, we don't have to, it's not like we need to have this be super realistic. We could potentially move the light source around, elevate it, and things like that, and see if it feels better. But I was going to ask folks what they thought about actual carried light sources. Are there any elements from Vanguard that we've considered adopting? I think on the design side and class side, that's stuff that Nick and Sitzel and Ali have maybe kicked around a little bit more. I don't think there's anything. There are some questions I had with regards to like defensive targets and stuff like that we've gone through in the past. But I defer to those guys on those thoughts, really, with regards to more intuitive ways of handling it. Diplomacy is one of those things that I would put on our like phase 3 or topic list, or phase 4 topic list of like, I thought that kind of thing was really cool, and it would be neat to have a system that's like an iteration of something like that. But it's definitely pretty far away from our core. And for those of you that are new here and you don't know what I mean by like phase 3 and 2 and 1, first of all, you can go to our roadmap. Here, let me grab the link. I should make that a command. Make sure this goes to the right place. Yeah, so if you go here, you can look here where it says phases and milestones, and it breaks down a little bit of, you know, it's some reading. A little bit of words, but essentially phase 1 is us establishing like a very sort of familiar 1999-2001 era MMO, functionality wise. And so getting a game that we're familiar with and comfortable with and is playable and pretty damn complete before we start getting into more and more experimental phases, so that we can always come back to something that we understand and know how it works and things like that. So check it out. Oh, I should probably bring this back up. Cool. So yeah, check it out. And so when I reference like phase 2, that's a lot of the core Monsters and Memories functionality that differs from old classic games. And then phase 3 is more experimental, and phase 4 is very experimental. Light sources like Outward, not taking an otherwise functional equipment slot unless it's a feature of it, like a mining helmet, sword on fire, something like that. Gives another lane of character improvement, but lets you guys design a lot of dark spaces without players having to take drastic measures like using one weapon instead of two. Yeah, I mostly agree. Mostly agree, but I think that's one of those areas where we'll play around when we're discussing constraints and what's reasonable and what's just me being wacky or whatever. Because I'll be honest, in phase 2, I'd like to experiment with the more constrained version, right? Where it's like, it requires an equipment slot. So for certain light sources, maybe early on, but the worn light sources or armor that just glows or glowing sword or whatever, as you progress, you get away from, like, you know, in theory, this is level 1. You know, so if I'm a level 1 to 5 character, maybe I do have to have a torch, but maybe I have a torch and everybody else doesn't need a light source then, and they can go with both hands. Or maybe then a wizard or a mage can summon a globe of light that follows along with us for it. And so, you know, start with those constraints so that it really feels special later on when we've got, you know, that thing that you just don't want the player to take off their Supremo weapon to equip a stick on fire. Correct, but by the time you get Supremo weapon, you won't need stick on fire. Reinforcing the value of Supremo weapon. We'll find out if it's lame or not. But where I've kind of started is from that point of view of like things feel more awesome when you earn it later. That wasn't even a complete thought. Things feel more awesome when you start out with something shitty and then you earn it. But we'll see. It could be that we start messing around with that and we have conversations on it and everybody's like, dude, you're just being punishing and lame. No one wants to walk to school in the snow uphill both ways. Whoops. I forgot that I twitched that. Catching fireflies for a low-level circling light timed light source, or charming fireflies. Did I make the database entries for the new FW NPCs? Yeah, Nick. Why are they messed up? Uh-oh. Yeah, so all of the NPCs should be in there, along with I had set up the treasure tables, and I think Ollie set them up with the new system as well. I haven't looked at that yet, and then they don't have abilities. I took a couple of your placeholder or your existing abilities and put them on a couple of different mobs, just to try it out. But essentially, I used the prefix FW for all of the entries that I did. I'd show the database, but there's one piece of it that I can't show, and I'm very nervous. So we'll have to figure out if there's some way to show the database safely at some point. No loot. Yeah, Belfaster, exactly. Hold on to that beautiful, innocent time in a character's life for as long as possible. So Nick, everything should have, what I wound up doing was, I just used all the spawners that you already had in the zone. And I think I've only added like 2 more than what was originally there. Oops, wrong zone. I was like, why is that taking so long? So what I wound up doing though, just so that it was coherent, was I reused all of the spawners that you had created. But I went back to basically I started at the beginning of the dungeon, because you had done them in like a progressive numerical order from the direction that you had originally set the dungeon up. And so I didn't want them to be out of order for whatever reason. So I just reused all of the spawners that were already there, and I just reordered them in the new route, which at first I thought that was going to be kind of tedious. But then I realized that it was actually pretty fast with the tool, because I could see the spawner in the hierarchy, and I could click on it. Essentially, I could click on the spawner in the hierarchy, and then I could hit Control Alt F, and it would just put the spawner right in front of me. And yeah, just wound up working pretty well. So. Excuse me. Belfaster said, Pantheon is trying to do that with the acclamation system, cold, fire, poison, wind, etc. I think organic things like having dark actually be dark to your eyes on our computers are way cooler. Kind of makes you think if there is a cool way to work in other innate human fears like snakes, spiders, have those convey your character, like make your character stronger against orcs but weaker against arachnid. Because you don't mess with spiders even in video games. It's funny, for every fun sort of like pro con or con system, or like, because I like the idea of perks as well, especially when they come with like you've got a perk, but then you have to also pick some sort of a detriment. I always love that type of stuff, and I'll bring it up every once in a while, but then reality gets thrown sort of back at me that people just min-max the fun away. out. Yeah, but I reused the spawners but I made new Fallen Watch spawn tables and NPCs for all of it. So it should be easy to find. Well, we'll have to talk about how we want to structure. This is what I meant when we talked about naming convention in the past. Definitely have some sort of structure that's easy to find and consistent. So this was, I was wondering if anybody was going to hit it the other day when we were playtesting. But this is a fun one. It was an accident. I don't know why the collision disappeared on those. I don't know if it was intended to be a trap or what, but it's a fun trap. Are you going to have collision detector for players too close to the spawn point to not spawn on a player? Or is the idea to hurry players along a path? Having mobs spawn on you is just part of the game. Oh, so oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool. I was wondering, because I was like, there's no way that happened on its own. It just seemed like it was such a weird coincidence. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense then. Very cool. Let's run back up. Yeah, mob spawning on you is it's fine, and it makes it less griefable. If there's like I always heard the rumors, like the urban legend of the anti-camp radius, but I could have sworn that was not a thing. Need to move this guy's spawn point. You can walk right by him. Let me do that while I'm here. Yeah, so because if there's an anti-camp radius, then it's pretty easily griefable. Cool. It was a performance issue, actually, I believe. I think it's been proven that EQ Live Zone spawn times get slower the more you have in there. It's not a radius or anything. You mean the overall load on the zone? That would make sense early on, but I could have sworn that we got the performance up enough because we also had that same problem with all of our hacky script things that we were doing would break as well because of zone performance. Especially since they were going through the chat server. As was like all of the combat spam and stuff, I could have sworn. And so it was like our hacky chat-based scripting was getting smashed by all of the other spam. The issue is mainly with random spawn timers. Something would take longer to spawn once, and people would try to move away, see it spawn later, and then decide proximity was. I see. I could see that. Really liked your idea of some tangent version of the name, being in other locations even outside of the dungeon itself. Not sure if multiple spawn locations would be good, bad, or like opposite sides of the dungeon. Just don't let the name to be up in two locations at the same time, maybe. Yeah, I was thinking about that in here in a couple places, and then realized that we didn't have the precaution that EQ had. On EQ, we could just put a hash, like a little pound sign at the beginning of the name, and then that should have blocked two of the same mob from being up. And back to the whole like super hacky script thing, like I had problems with the lag allowing for multiple versions of the curse to be up at once, and so had to use that there. Yeah, Belfaster. I think it'll be worth playing with. Where did that window go? Did it open a window? Not on screen. Nick, when you were asking earlier about the name, did you find something messed up, or were you just asking? I didn't hit him first. Do you think the world NPCs do you think the world NPCs will be static, and will you add more rares NPCs, or will existing areas and NPCs change as the game goes on? The desire is to have some stuff change as the game goes on. It's always tricky to make sure that you're not invalidating any previous content or creating too much of a situation where people feel that you're trying to cash in, like on the fear of missing out or whatever. So the intent is to have more change, but we'll have to figure out the best way to accommodate it. And we've talked about multiple sources of similar items and things that may allow us to do more rares and more varied rares. And so it kind of gets up even in the example that Belfaster just gave. Oh, Nick, when I created those, I think I grabbed a couple just like initial starting examples, and then duped them. Changed the only values I would have changed were the levels. So I did not modify damage and AC. It's a good point. I think I was just assuming those values were, for whatever reason, I don't know why I thought this. Those values were changing systemically, just based off level and class, and I didn't even think to look over at damage and AC, which I should have, because I could have sworn in the past that was one of those things where we did manipulate most of those stats by hand. I wonder if there's an easy way for me to show some of what we're talking about without doing anything bad. They're all baselines. Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I should have known better. Oh, they are baselines? The AC and damage values don't do anything. Okay. So like this hallway is really awesome. It's super dark, but I like the idea of see the shift in light sources. And then with the glow being more prominent, that's why I just thought maybe it would be cool if it had some characteristics. I think it'll be really fun to have a lot of different varied light sources. You know, for example, let me move over here to completely dark area. Cool. Do capsules block light? NPC capsules? They do. Right now you can see the NPC capsule being illuminated. Right, so let me, not the ghoulish scholar. He's got his own thing going on. Let me see if there's somebody up here that do. Oh, another one. Would be cool to have a side room with a light from the back wall with a roamer that blocks every time it goes past. That may actually be happening in one of these first rooms. So see how the light is and it's kind of cool because they step towards the light source. So they can go from like dark to illuminated. Have the light source actually affect the nameplate. Let's go here. At her. Wait. Are there other people in this dungeon with me? I see other clients in here. Or is that corpses? Oh, your attentions. Let me know if you guys are ready to like play. This character is level 25 and decked out with armor that you guys had in the database. Yeah, I was cheating. I don't think it saves if I don't hit save, right? So it should be fine. 258. Oh, okay. Greater Lightstone. No flicker. Lesser Lightstone. A candle. Oh, frequency is what I should be screwing with. So we have a box full of fireflies. That may actually cause some people real world harm. We can't do that. I forget what values we actually had in here. I think those are roughly it. And yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Cloth gloves. All right. So reset UI. Cool. And log out here. Playing Tech P, that's kind of close. That's fair. That's fair approximation. Let me hop in the client. I gotta play some other. Well, if you guys weren't gonna be available, I was gonna try a more solo-y class and just start grinding. But I can play something else for sure. I think it's a very fair point. So actual fireflies have a light cycle of off half second up to full few seconds, full glow down to off. When we go to implement a box full of fireflies, you will be the person that helps make sure we get it right. Would I be against making a necro? Not at all. I've been wanting to play my P99 necro quite a bit lately. But I'll be honest, I was like, I feel guilty. Anytime I'm like, I've got enough time to play EQ, I should probably be working on something else at this point. I'll make a necro. Create character. Human. Necromancer. Hey, guys. Unlock. Move over to here. Just relock it. Move this out of the way. Unlock. Move over to here. Oh, all those windows I made a second ago. Okay. Unlock. Hit 60 last month. Nice. Well, that's got to be a lot of fun with those guys. How many people are you usually mobilizing on those targets? Um, 80, 100 for the big ones, but as low as 50, 60. Okay, cool. Raise bones. We'll put down here. Oh, I didn't wait for it to scribe. I keep doing that. Has anybody done the ring war yet? That wasn't on your list, was it? No. Cool. You got to tank Narandai. Ranadin. Unlock. Move. I am poor. I do not have any loot. No cheating, Nick. We can't cheat. The one thing I realized after we did that playtest the other night, but it was good because we were able to sort of just push stability and things like that. We should have had to do like legit CRs every time we wipe. Ollie? I was on here the other day and the gnome was out killing everything again. Is he over there? I don't think I see him over there. Is he running around? The skeleton should see invis. I need some bone chip. I need to kill a few things, I think, before I get to the dungeon. I want one of these skeletons. Yeah, I've seen him ping-ponging around quite a bit. I saw he killed something and then just went hauling ass after something way out there. He was chasing someone. Note. The guards do attack mobs that get too close. Yep. Or if, like if I train one over there. Oops. Not enough mana. I finally got a new Fitbit. It's been like a year since I broke my old one. I'm going to get even fitter. The problem is I usually always, I'd prefer to wear it on my left wrist. I'm left-handed and I just kind of, it's more natural for me. But the Fitbit will not track my heart rate through my tattoos. Excuse me. I've had that problem before. The green light that they use to, like the little green laser or whatever that they use to track it, it does not like the pigments that I have. I've tried it on the underside before as well. I totally forgot about that fact. And then I can't do it. Like it's more natural for me to look like this, but I've also got another one right here on my wrist, like right where it'd be tracking again. So, what a pain. 324, 323. Good job, Skeleton. That's worth it. Alright, so I have a bone chip. And I have a dagger. So, in theory, I could start making my way to you guys. But I won't summon my pet until I get in there. Man, it is dark right now. Nick Powell has leveled up. They are now level 2. Congrats. Omoni? Let me know if that is the correct pronunciation. Omoni? Thank you for the follow. Whoa, no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Running to the zone line. Oh, cool. Alright. Welcome. Glad I got it right. All right, Zone Line, do your trick. Whoa. Cool. Need more light zone. Yeah, it was a bit dark. Here I am. Ooh. Cool. I am in a group. Let me summon a pet. Ooh, necromancy. Is that music too loud now? I'm sorry. So what classes? We've got... You just fired Bolt of Frost. Paladin, Wizard, Necro. Cool. Oh, we've got an ad. Pet attack. Cool. Oh, we got another ad. My minion needs to step up his game a little bit. Let me sit down. Looking for bone chips. Yet. Music feels appropriate. Where'd my target window go? Reset UI. Pet attack. Attack. Yeah, I still don't have it. Could bone chips, bone dust be used to heal a skeletal pet if low on mana? That's an interesting thought. Kind of like a bandage. Would be a interesting would be an interesting skill to learn. Why would you say no, Bunny? What are your thoughts on it? You say no because seems like an interesting skill. Oh wow, it looks like a couple of things broke when I hit reset UI. All right, so it did. It looks like it wiped my bar. Oh, you think the target's behind Nick Pow window? I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to get my spells back on the bar. So if I put life drain here, be up there. Okay. All right, let's try this again. So life drain. There we go. And then ooh. Sitzel, you just died pretty quick. And then I'll look to see if Crazed Wisp is correct on this. It is. You're right. That little fleck right there. Holy crap. Good eye. I need to relog as well after this one, I think. I feel like I'm running into some issues. Let me see if I can get a bone chip for my next pet. Cool. All right. I'm gonna head back down here and relog. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just be right here. It'll only take a second. What's the new Path of Exile theme? Alternate reality demon fighting. All right. Oh, my pet's still here. That's nice. So I've been trying to make the case for anatomy skill, and so now the skeleton repair has got me thinking. Might be something to wiggle in there. Enough anatomy leads to embalming. Oh, I guess it didn't have a pet. Yeah, with low anatomy skill, you can create abominations like an arm coming out of it. I'm not very good with anatomy. I'm not sure where to place this arm. But yeah, like high level anatomy, unlocking embalming, unlocking the ability to create zombies. Bonecraft and bone mending. Bunny, we can always, if we like ideas like that, we, keep in mind that we can always tune with the idea in mind from the onset. I'm not in a party. All right, I'm gonna log and stay out longer so that I actually reset properly. Give it a minute. Wait for me to time out, I guess. I just looked up. 2,699 followers. We're almost there. The glorious 2,700. Looking forward to hard masochistic mode. Hey, Eastan.
Good afternoon, chat.
How you doing, buddy? Crazy, it's been 9 months already, dude. Hiking season at a close. I would guess it's getting a bit chilly. Getting a bit icy. Are you liking it? I assume so if you're going hard in it. Oh, I guess I dinged at some point. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Any bone chip? What is your favorite part about it so far, Easton? Lore and discovery? Cool. Everything you touch is experience points. Who's doing invite? Oh, he got work. Oh, I can't loot that corpse either. I don't have any bone chips on me. Oh, I can loot that one though. Oh, being separated by queues. First day is a bummer, but we will all meet up playing with Team Fatality. Is it the is Team Fatality is Fatality in Team Fatality? Nice. I've invited you, Nick. Oh man. Okay, you're bugged. There's no possibility that I'm the bugged one. Do a quick restart? Sure. I can bounce out for a minute. Just let me know when things are back up. So when do we want to do when do we want to do the name that tune? We can announce it in Discord. Anybody got a bone chip I can borrow? Bone chips 20. Thank you. Perfect. Oh no, I crashed. Right as I summoned a pet too. Come on, man. How dare you? No, okay, there's my minion. But I'm not in a group. And I crashed again. Interesting. Interesting. If I crash again, I'll let it time out for a minute. Try editor? Yeah, I'll try it one more time. If it crashes again, then I'll move to editor. It is right after that restart. Does anybody have an update on... I saw something from Twitch a couple weeks ago about a deal they were working with Warner Brothers for music. Has anybody been following that? I really wish they would get to a point where they've got to deal with various music companies. Oh, I've got an ad. They're adding things to let people to boost streams. I did see that, yeah. Oh. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Let me summon a dude. Yeah, I forget what I was watching. I was watching YouTube during breakfast or something, either yesterday or day before, and it skipped over to like a documentary on Jeff Bezos. And I swear something about whatever it was that I was watching made me think that the Amazon game strategy actually makes a lot of sense. I think it was saying something about knowing in the future that there'll be fewer and fewer jobs for people, so it'll be that universal basic income scenario. And I was like, it makes perfect sense for Amazon to own a chunk of virtual reality. So they need to just keep investing in MMOs until they perfected the the art of creating spaces for people to sit in and spend all of their time in feeds into their overall corporate strategy. So all that's to say that I think that they will commit to making games long term. Step 1, replace all companies and businesses with Amazon.com. BD next minute delivery. You found your own trap. Nice. Step 2, automate all those jobs that they replaced. Step 3, have you jacked into their matrix. My pet just kind of stood here. It's actually less punishing now, but still potential being kind of annoying. Well, it's such a good trap, man. It's so classic, and we'll have to find we'll have to put in some more pits. Like the little fountain trap in Unrest that I will have to admit to have recently fallen in again. Like, oh hi mushroom guy. Feign death. Was having a shower thought last night. With Amazon seeing a huge surge with its MMO, I dreamed of Microsoft acquiring EverQuest to add an MMO to their portfolio. Oh, but they'd have to buy it from EG7. But yeah. Congrats on the level up, Nick. Is EG7 doing anything with IP? Do we know yet? I have not seen any news on it. I assume the second there's a bit of news. The former CEO of Daybreak is now transitioning to be the CEO of EG7, though. I don't know if you saw that. What if Microsoft was like, we do need a better MMO, and then they're digging through their files, their big file cabinet, and they come across the contract for Vanguard. Like, wait a second. Via a loophole, we still own this thing. Wonder if your PC can run Vanguard by now. I think so. I think it'll finally perform. Mine too. I think at the time too. Oh, wait a second. No. My laptop was after that. I had a desktop then. But I remember during Wrath of the Lich King, I would be sitting on the couch with a MSI, like a 17-inch MSI laptop, with one of those plastic sort of breather things that you can sit it on so you're not just straight burning your crotch. But I'd be sitting there with my mouse on the cushion next to me, like the couch cushion next to me, watching TV and playing WoW, and my lap would be so sweaty. It was so unhealthy. Are they doing TLPs now? I didn't see that. Every once in a while, I'm tempted to, like, I got this feeling of wanting to roll another hunter. But hell, I'm not even allocating enough time for P99. Or to play that mud that I found, or anything. I really need to get my shit together. Timmy said, people have been pretty down on EG7 because GHAM is involved and hope are not strong for the franchise from what I've been reading. That's a bummer. I have no interest in New World, but I'm glad it seems to be successful. Brings more interest and money into the genre. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all good. Oh, he is Minion? Minion, can you taunt, buddy? Minion, taunt? Good night. Cathadian? Hello. Maybe battleground games can die down for a bit to be replaced by a wave of fresh MMORPGs. Who knows? We need it? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for more stuff to keep coming out. That said, there's always that sort of nervous component of what if somebody's making something exactly like ours? Oh. That's why we'll just keep it as niche as possible. MMOs aren't as accessible as battle royale games, etc. Popular gaming's moved away from nerdier genres. But if you look at the various sort of customer archetypes within the overall sort of broad gaming definition, there's a reason why those games don't necessarily appeal to everybody, at least based on the data. I realized I'd never finished Nick Yee's book. I discovered that the other night before bed on my Kindle. So, I want to get that done. That just reminded me, because we were speaking of player archetypes and... Oh, is my minion dead? He is dead. So the data that I've seen, and who knows if it's right, but it's data that I saw at my last company, and I think maybe we got it from, I don't know if it was one of the chunks of data we had bought from somewhere, or if it was from Nikki's research or whatever, but as as gamers tend to get older, they tend to be less competitive per that data. Directly competitive, I guess. Indirect competition's fine. But the data that they were looking at in that bit of market research was showing that as gamers get older, they tend to be less competitive. Average age of a gamer is 35 years old, I think. I have to dig that all of the research back up. Don't think MMORPG PvP can compete with Rocket League. Wouldn't even bother. Oh man, Auto Assault was ahead of its time. I haven't looked at Shell stuff recently, but yeah, it's in line with what we had. My last company, we had a ton of research on younger female gamers. Since the last company I was at, we have, or they still have a online horse adventure game for girls. Very MMO-y. What's my XP at? I'm nearly, literally half. Oh no, Nick. Don't die. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up? How you doing, Orc Boy? Alright, that's one vote. Good job, Malsarian. Getting ready for tonight's raid on Kadisha the Twisted. First time for that encounter. You know, Kadisha's model was actually... It wasn't the original model that was intended for that mob. I could have sworn Kadisha's model was something like... Isn't there like a weird kind of mummy looking... sort of dude in Lucklin. Yeah, so that scythe hand skeleton was actually going to be a base pop mob somewhere in somebody else's zone. Like it's so random that that crazy ass super cool mob was just going to be a base pop in a different zone. And then the actual Kadisha mob, I could have sworn was, I forget what it was, but I thought there was like a weird, like maybe it's kind of like hunched mummy with some cloth, but not really a mummy, and like face, mouth covered, and eyes kind of dude in Lucklin. That is a base pop mob somewhere. Maybe, where would that be? Maybe. Whatever that Twilight Zone was. Anyway, so Steve saw Kadisha and was like, well, this isn't super impressive. He's supposed to be a boss mob. He's like, you know, there's all this build up. And then he saw somebody else's base pop mob. It was like Kendrick or somebody had it, and he was just like, dude, you gotta give me that. You gotta give me that mob. We gotta swap mobs. There's no way that your base pop mob looks like a boss and they're gonna be all over the place, and then my boss looks like a base pop mob. And Steve used to be a salesman, so he eventually got his way on that one. After some sighs, and I'm pretty sure that story is true. But I'm trying to think of what that other mob would be. Yeah, the Kadisha mob is really cool looking. Kadisha happens at the end of like a ring event, right? Like a series of waves or something. Twilight Sea, yeah. Yeah, so if it is a more elaborate event, the other thing to keep in mind while you're playing it is that the original, it may have been redone after we left, but the original was there was no scripting when it was originally set up. So it was a bunch of like very hacky invisible men shouting and stuff. It was one of those. Looks like EQ and Unity? Really neat. Oh, thanks, Snails. Are you familiar with the project at all? Here, check out our website. I like your name. Where I live in Germany, there are a lot of snails. I like snails a lot better than slugs. No offense to slugs, I mean. What causes the name to flicker when the camera gets too close? I didn't even notice it. I wish I could remap pet attack. It was on PC characters. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it and see. Dude, 20-second time to kill on that with only 3 of us. Oh, we got one here. Pet attack. Okay. Summon new pet, I guess? Maybe I should have done that before I got aggro? Oh. Nick's name was doing it just now. Interesting. Sorry, I was so busy trying to figure out what the hell is going on my end that I missed it. I'll keep an eye out for it this time. Flavor Beam! Thank you for the follow, Flavor Beam. Let's see. So that's not a flicker. Maybe there's something weird where it's moving the name relative to the camera. I see what's going on. Yep, it's rotating. It's going. Yep, it's rotating the name relative to the camera. Good catch. Don't think you can find the name of the mob unless... Let me see if it's a Wailing Shade. Oh, wait. I was picturing something else. But maybe it was a Wailing Shade? Huh. It could be. I was picturing something else though, and I can't think of where you would find them. Maybe in the weird zone where there's all the what was it? The zone, because Kendrick did that zone, I thought. The one where there's the various like shape-shifting Grieg's End. Yes, Grieg's End. So if you look in Grieg's, see if there's like a scoundrel. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's what I was picturing. I think that was supposed to be Kadi Shah. Yep. That's what I was picturing. So Nick Powell did 20 damage over 26 seconds, and you did 20 damage in 1 second. And he has 43 hit points. Yep. I think the discussion that had to have been had was basically like Kendrick looking at the Kadi Shah model, which is so badass, and kind of going, dude, really? You want me to give this thing up? Because you are doing everything for the good of the game when you're working on it, right? But you kind of want people to be amped on your content, and if you have really cool looking mobs, that's definitely one way to have people remember your zones. Oh yeah. Flavor Beam, you are follower number 2700. Congratulations. Yeah, Bunny. It's absolutely fair. It was an absolutely fair exchange because Kadi Shah was such a such a cool looking mob. Oh, repop. It was really just the overhead. What do you mean, Nearest? And hello. We works as well. We or woo. But still, are you referencing earlier conversation or the current one? I don't know how that works with the current conversation. Oh, earlier. Okay. Oh, bone chip. Oh shit. Nick Powell got rooted. I just put the ghoul root on there. So reason why we didn't have lots of models in zones and just there's the physical limits on the zone servers. I thought there was also the issue with the client, like the memory budget in each zone. We could only have so much in the global CHR versus zone based. Pet attack. Kadisha looks like does look like it belongs more in Greeks because it's so nightmarish. How much damage did I do? Minion did 5. I did 5. Oh, pretty chill. Memory budget was solved, assuming it wasn't massive poly shit like what happened before recode. When you left, nobody did it, and that's when on release PC requirements doubled. I only know about what was going on when I got there. A fair bit after that. Well below average. Thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, I guess I could have watched my back. I'm a big dummy. I just now saw where my cast bar was. I was like, I didn't have a good grasp on what was going on there. That's not working. Usually I just hang it off my microphone when I'm not streaming. The oral tradition of game development documentation. Like Smed's rule of never touching other people's code, which we broke plenty of times. Me editing, pushing code to live while Roger's on the phone so he didn't have to drive an hour plus. This guy got loot. I have to relog. I suspect spamming buttons is causing the issue. Interesting. Oops, I should probably sit down and get mana. So those of you that are new here, first of all, welcome. Again, here's our website. If you're not familiar with our game, definitely check it out. We're going for a very nostalgic, old school kind of feel. The website will walk you through it. FAQs on there as well. But definitely ask questions if you got them. And you can join us on the M&M Discord. If you just want to join the stream Discord, there's that as well. And we have a mailing list if you want to get notified when we have much bigger announcements. We don't use the mailing list a lot. It's mainly a collection at the moment to kind of see level of interest. I wonder how many people are on it now. But we'll be sending much bigger announcements to that. We don't really like to spam people, so we keep it pretty chill. Where are we at? 750 subscribers on the mailing list. Not bad for early in the process. Those of you that are curious, we've been working on the game since around end of August, mid-September of last year. What else? What other fun facts are there? I don't know how many people are out there that have never ever seen this before. Trotsky TR? First of all, is the TR because you're a PlanetSide or former PlanetSide player? If so, then Nick is automatically your friend. If not, we'll still be your friend. So we can, it's PlanetSide, there you go. Good job. If I was on Discord, then I could have Sitzel just say it directly. But I will say less spammy. Less spammy. Keeping it pretty basic. Focus on, oh, that was a note. Actually, there's a we'll be getting some more class info out in a not too distant future in an update. Sitzel is working on that right now. That reminded me of a note. Sitzel, don't let me forget. Matter of fact, maybe I'll just I'll type it in right now to you in Slack. First week on a job, nobody had any lines of communication in the whole game. Train out? Uh-oh. Oh, you're taking a shortcut. Oh, you're cheating. Because they don't know how to follow you. Go to the trap, easy way out. No fall damage. Oh, good point. I'm not sure why that was that way. Oh. So I've updated that entrance. Have I checked in? I think I've checked in. Zoning succeeded. Zone-wide party chat. Oh, yeah. Or game-wide. Uh, see, we need to add a minor air elemental whirlwind down there to sweep all the dust created by slain skeletons. I love the dervishes that are just like bones or other, you know, weapons and shields. Talking about wanting a book one in the library area. Looks like some textures in the world have the same flicker as Nick's name. Oh, if you see any flickering textures, that's just that's probably either a lighting issue. Like if you see this here, oh, that may not be lighting. That may just be my crappy UVing. All this is very, very placeholdery. Accept. We don't have LODs working at the moment. So this is something new. I honestly don't know what is going on with them. This is very new. Kind of interesting. Does it happen when you get close? I feel like it's something related to the movement of the sun. Oh, I missed it, Neris. I lost the entirety of all of EverQuest. When was that? Before the week before Kunok. I don't know that I've heard that one. Neris isn't gonna do an interview, but instead will just be it's like a was it extra feature? Kind of like secret director's cut in chat. Neris was there before I was there. I met Neris when I first got there. I can't remember how long were you there after I got there. Yeah, I'm listening to a playlist, Grumpy, that is called JRPG Musical Nostalgia. Shut-in favorite. I think it's meant to be super cozy. No one is distracting you from your Kunark story. Keep telling your Kunark story. You're distracting yourself, good sir. Have I taken any fallen damage since I've zoned? Let's see. Oh, someone said something about interview earlier. And I missed it. I got distracted. I distracted myself. Nuker, that's right. You said it's fun to watch interview VODs and you casually bring up how cool it would be to work on a project like this, and then it actually happened. Yeah, Nuker. And then sometimes when I bring it up these days, within the last, any VODs that mention it within the last year is actually me just kind of sneaking in some shameless promotion. Kind of like, oh, speaking of MMOs, we're working on an MMO of our own. Did you know, dear guest? I didn't know that. Well, let's talk about it a little bit so that we can get some additional exposure. Everybody that's watched the VODs on YouTube, you should subscribe as well, and get everybody you know to subscribe, so that when we start making more Monsters and Memories videos, we'll link it into there. We'll transition folks over from the EQ videos. All right, so Nara said Kunark 1 week before release. I am, cuz a shiny thing is over it. Is that you getting distracted? Hey, Malakas, what's up? Mash that? Yeah, I need to actually get all the videos re-edited with reminders to do that. Because there's so many nice comments on the videos. It's like, oh my god, thank you so much for doing these. And you can see if someone's a subscriber or not. And it's like, or someone's like, I've watched all the videos, thank you. I'm like, well then hit subscribe, please. Come on. Alright, so Neris said, I finally got a night off. I was mostly working 7 days a week and was on call 24/7. We had just moved into the new building and it was still not finalized back then. We still had our test server in a corner on the second floor sitting on carpet. Well, it turns out the test server also held all of EverQuest's databases, which were flat file access. This was a single server with an IDE hard drive. The comments do more for the algorithm than subscriptions do. Yes, Bunny, but if you're a subscriber, then you can get notified when a new video goes in. And if we've got a whole shitload of subscribers that were watching the EverQuest interview videos, then when we start putting more M&M videos onto that same feed, then they'll get those updates and become more aware of M&M. That is the secret plan. Oh, Megaliteros, Malakas, thank you for the follow. Did you guys zone back in yet? Why are there two of you? So, Nurse got a phone call from one of the guys on EQ. That's EverQuest for those of you that don't know. That everything was gone. Like nothing was there. Ryan couldn't find the EQ database on the network. Great pronunciation for Xenos. I tried. I did not. I wanted to do right by my Greek brothers. Fedibra, I need a fire beetle eye. I was just showing people when we were in Unity earlier, the modified version of my light source. It's a little bit. Isn't Malakas a bad word in Greek? So is it just a bad word? It's like wanker? Oh, that's great. That's fine. As long as it's not, you know, derogatory towards any people, I don't care. Means fucker. Okay, well. You'll rarely hear me say that level of filth on here, just because I know sometimes people are streaming with speakers on and they're at work, or at least over the last year their kids may be around them because, you know, homeschooling or whatever. So I try to keep it pretty PG-13. Now if I'm on Discord with the team or whatever, then I'm usually cursing like a sailor. For some reason you have better lighting on your end for the zone line. Are you playing in the editor? Yep. Yeah, so the zone line should look different. I actually remodeled it and changed the light. See, this is flat. There's no brick texture. I moved the new texture in there and then cleared all this out and then made it feel more like the made it feel more continuous with the whatchamacallit. Here, I'll show you guys that aren't seeing it. We'll go full screen here. Do this. Where am I at? Hey, Swanee. Oh, well, it's rebroken on my end. Does it look like this, or do you actually have the bricks? Because for some reason it keeps undoing itself here. So let me fix this on my end just so you can see it. There you go. That's what it should look like. It look like that. You don't have bricks? All right, I'll fix it. For whatever reason, it keeps defaulting back to the other one. So I need to actually do this, save it, check it back in for you guys. Sorry about that. Because it should look like this. This looks better, right? Don't you think? When I got there, I'm continuing Neris's story. Now that we've got a clear definition of Malakas. When I got there, Ryan was broken. Ryan was broken? Everyone was flipping out. This was years plus of work all gone and nobody had a clue what to do. We had forever just relied on things working within the network and nobody had ever set up any process to do anything. If it broke, it was always the first time and panic. That's terrifying. No backup. But we got lucky. I had told Smed I had evaluated the whole network and took actions on our NetApp infrastructure to make sure things were redundant. NetApp's 7-day snapshot system is how I designed the character restore process, but it's also how we stored all our internal workflows. You go to Z or X drive, map to your system. I remember Z drive, X drive, Z drive. So what happened was, got lucky, took those DBs and had them snapshot every hour, but I had only done that like 3 weeks prior. In reality, we lost about 8 hours of work. By the time that they called you. Oh, cool. Oh no, there was no derailing. You're new here. I'm all over the place. I just sort of flit about. I derail myself. All right, so this looks better. The response was absolutely, I believe. Cool. Then I'll get that checked in. Don't let me forget. I think I didn't check it in because I was screwing around with the light source. So I didn't want to screw anything up. So I'll control S here. Ooh. Oh, I have to check with Pattis and make sure that he's not done any sort of updates in here that I may be clashing with. Downwind Doug, thank you for the follow. Well, I'm gonna play this guy for a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy some new spells. I've got 67 silver. Maybe I should pet up and grind a little bit more cash. We'll see. Neris, we can try to figure something out like that. It does not have to be live. Though I also think you benefit a bit from sort of a stream of consciousness as topics come up kind of thing. Would you feel too pressured if it was just one sort of sit there kind of session? It's been a while. The pills have appendages. Hungry turkey, yes. We have animations. Look at this look of determination in my face. I'll summon a pet. Well, you'll see some more animations. All right, minion. Let's kill us a something. I think it's only skeletons that have animations. Let's be real. Oh, that's Nick. I thought it was a guard. What we'll do is we'll get Neris to just write all the stories down, and then I'll narrate them. And I'll do my best to do like the old noir detective voice if possible. Narration. It was 5 a.m. They deleted the entirety of the database structure for the 4th time. It was Thursday. Guard Xavier, did you just try to kill steal? Alright, let me go buy some spells. Imagine some cities you come up and as you're walking up with your pet out, the guard announces, "Dismiss your pet or suffer the consequences." Are you summoning stuff instead of, are you cheating, Nick? We don't serve this kind here. Yep. You guys did jinx each other. A snake hisses as it attacks guard Luna. Oh man. In ESO, necromancy is a crime. Guards attack you if you need a necromancy in your sight. Right on. I like that. Rise, sunlight, rise. Excuse me. Wow. All right. Sorry, I was fixated by the sun. Oh, let me move my drink out of the way. Gosh, guys. Be professional. Are these not in alphabetical order? Jeez. Wait, those are bards. Wrong guy. I was like, we have a problem. Yeah, not to pick on anybody, but we were looking at someone working in Unreal the other day, and looking at the editor, looking at stuff that's going on there was not. I guess I've just gotten used to Unity and dig it. All right, so. What is my heart? I've got to work on my heart rate. I've gotten out of practice on heartbeat. Cold protection. Oh, they're all cheap, so I should just. I need to come back in one level. A lot of good stuff at level 4. Life drain I got. Spell shield I got. Raised bones I got. Noxious deluge. My inventory's full. Oh. Well, let me start scribing. Oh, let me sell this. Cool. Now I can buy one more. What did I fail to buy? Noxious deluge. My spellbook is a mess. For Adam. Raise bones level. I'm not buying any well, I have enough room. Okay, I'll buy some level 4. Raised bones, level 4. I'll get... There was something else that was level 4. That would be good. Gate. Feigned death. Fear. And now I'm out of room. Can I cheat? Can I scribe ahead? I can't. Oh, okay. You thought of everything. Move this here. All right, it's time. It's time to go get some more experience and some loot. Yeah, we're in the nostalgic music business here. Oh, I probably just confused the shit out of my pet. There he is. He figured it out. He's a smart guy. I tell myself, is this working okay? Yeah. But who sent me to tell? Is it Nick? I don't know what kind of bread my wife just made. She just brought me a buttered piece of it. Still warm and it's amazing. Damn. It's 10:50 p.m. Now you got me thinking of warmed buttered bread. Ooh. Not kind. Like a baguette. Hungry for some delicious, warm, buttery carb. Few things in this world better than fresh baked bread. I know it's so good. And the challenge in Germany is there. I live within like 2 blocks of 4 bakeries. Oh. Too far away. French bread. French bread, French fries, French onion soup. Oh man. The movie Better Off Dead was so good. How many times have you been there? I've only been to Ireland, I think, once on a job interview. I was in Dublin. 3 or 4 times? Right on. Nick is now level 55. Oh, geez. Would you rather have a generic story that's been told a million people, or a tailored one told, I guess, to 10, 50, or 100 different people? I don't know, but that just made me think of when I was a little kid. I watched the Muppets Take Manhattan, and I watched it over and over and over again. The snack? Thank you very much. Oh, what was that? That was interesting. The sky just turned red for a moment. Looks like a bug, but it's a fun bug. Little blood moon moment. Yeah, GM event for sure. World event. Oh, you're gonna come at me. I've got a rusty dagger. You don't want any of this. Minor spell shield is on. You can't see it though. Sorry guys, let me move my buff bar so you can see what I got. Move that over here. Lock that. Apparently she told our 2-year-old, should we take a piece to daddy? He took the piece and ran to me after eating half of it. It's a smart 2-year-old. Nesteros. Howdy. Hello. Sun's going down. Oh, it's my favorite time of day. And the moon's coming up. Can we change all EQ models to be pill babies? I want a pill skeleton quite badly now. In our Discord channel, we have a pill skeleton emote. Or emoji, or whatever the kids call them. For a second, I read the category as softcore in game. Oh. Welcome to Cinemac. 11 p.m. version. Paint a quick skeleton texture for the capsules. Just paint it straight on. First time here. Heard about you last week. Where did you hear about us from? Oh, sorry, Nick. I ran right by you. You may have pulled a train. I think I may see some of your mobs coming at us. I think I'll just fade back a little bit. Let the guards do it. You were looking for EQ stuff? Install Project Lantern? Can't remember. Someone trying to redo EQ in Unity? Oh, so yeah, it was probably Project Lantern EQ Classic Discord. All those guys are super cool. One of these days, I want to get them on for interviews. Those of you that aren't familiar, we do have a ton. I think we're close to 60 hours worth of conversations now, in 2 different collections, because we filled up an entire collection on Twitch. So now there are 2. All the VODs are there, and all but one are on YouTube. I'll be posting the latest one with Jake Stones on YouTube this week. Yeah, so check those out if you like EQ history. If you check it out on YouTube, be sure to follow, share with your friends, get them to follow, and then we'll be updating that channel with more Monsters and Memories videos and info as we go as well. It is now 11 o'clock, and as I tend to get up at between 5:30 and... oh, geez. Oh, no. Oh, God. Guards, do your thing. Oh, are you trying to kill the guards? Oh. Yeah, I'm... that... but yeah, I'm just... I just got vaporized. I want to run up and see this real quick before I log out. I want to see the guards in action. And that was Nick pulling the entire zone to the gate. Big old horizontal. Big old horizontal big boy was probably some sort of a giant scarab. World event. Sarabantula. All right, so everybody, this has been a fun session. If you missed it, we spent most of the night just doing a little crawl through our dungeon here. Again, all of you that are new, thank you very much for showing up. We'll be back on Thursday. Holy crap, is that a giant? It is a giant. It is a giant. Dune's a giant defender. Oh, goodness. We've got giants. I'm gonna go up on the wall. Enjoy the morning mug? I will. Thank you so much. Giants too slow. They're faster than they look. They're just so big. A harbor lookout needs a lookout. Yeah, so again, thank you for being here. We'll be back on Thursday. You request to keep the pill people as fun novel once we make new models. They're so beloved. We'll definitely be keeping them around when the merch store goes up one of these days. We're gonna do little pill people and pill NPC plushies if we can figure out how to get that done. We'll also maybe have like t-shirts, coffee mugs with them on there. Skeleton for our little pill skeleton. We'll get that going. That was a great suggestion earlier tonight from Nicodemus about getting the M&M merch going early for giveaways for things that we want to do, or maybe there's a contest or you're just a really rad person or whatever. And so I'm going to look into that. We've been holding off on making merch for the same reason why we don't take money for anything else. We're going to continue to work on the game and get it to a point where it is very much a game before we ask anybody for any sort of cash. It's been kind of a bummer though, because like I do want some merch and I can see why you might want some merch, but I would hate for anybody to get the idea that we're trying to just take your cash for merch and not deliver you a game first. So. All right. Be sure to follow the various Follow us on our mailing list. It'd be person number 751. Let's see. What else? Check out the VODs. Got that. M&M Discord is here. You can hang out with us there. You can also hang out with us in the Loving Robot Discord. They're kind of separate. And here is our website if you have not checked it out already. That is it for tonight. I will be back Thursday. If you have questions for me and or us before then, hop into one of those Discords, hit us up. We do try to keep an eye on them. And so the various Discords have various channels that cover various topics. Thanks again for being here. And thank you, Neris, for the stories. Everybody, thank you for all the fun chat and stuff tonight. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye, y'all. Look at the giants in the background. Nick's just training giants everywhere. All right.